Hello and welcome everybody. This here is Daniel, and today we are going to go over some of the updates we did to our project here with our latest Wix Velo integration and ServiceNow. So in our last video, we were looking to connect our data to our site, and we were going through the REST Explorer. So once we get our page to load here, we should be able to see where we at as far as that. And the other thing is we needed to get also the images attachments. So in this attachment, we're going to go to our attachment API here, and we can use this get to get our attachments. So it displays our attachments as a download. So the one issue is we cannot get like the image hosted at different sizes that we can just display. So we have to make a decision how we can use this, either by uploading the image to the Wix platform and creating a link that way, and maybe caching it for that vehicle. So there are 4 places where you have images. We have for the wheels, for the drivers, for the tournament, and for the track. Okay, so we can create those links and then perhaps dynamically like download it and associate to those records. The other thing we can do is we can kind of like just go in there and try to display it on demand. But if we just okay, so we got the page to finally load. So we're gonna go here to dashboard. Also wanted to follow up on how we can display the repeater. So the repeaters, you do need to have a primary key that starts with underscore ID. So it needs like a primary ID. So the repeater can display each item individually. And the way we took care of that was there's actually some documentation in the Wix site that I found. Okay, but I'll show you what we had to do here. So basically, we had to. Okay, so here it is. So when we load the races, right, we have we are getting the matches, right? So actually we from that match ID, we're gonna get the races for each one, and it gives us like an object, right? And then so the result, right? Once we get our races, right? Let me zoom in here a little bit. So once we have results more than one, right? So we go into this block here, and we're gonna assign it to this constant here of repeater data, and then we're gonna map our results to the data, and then we are going to append this ID, right? So we're adding this underscore ID, and this is what the repeater needs, and needs a unique number. This could be numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or in this case, we're just using the sys_id since there are unique numbers. So we're taking that sys_id, we're just making it to string. They're already a string, but and then we're returning our data back. So we're getting our data, we're adding this ID to it, and we're doing it for each sys_id, and then returns our data back. And now our data, so it's called repeater data, right? We're assigning it to our repeater, the data for our repeater. So that's how it populates our repeater here. Okay, so this is our repeater. And if we get an error, then we just post that log. And then I kind of like hid this from the load. And then we added, we made our title show up also. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So once we have the page load, so this is the API. We're looking at our tournaments. We're making this the title here. And then we got our list of matches, okay? And if we pick one, then it's gonna load here. And then we get the title of our race. And then we get the names. So actually the names, these are just sysids. So we're actually doing another query with those sysids to our cars or driver table, and we're getting the name here. And then we also want to get like the picture of them. So the issue with the picture right now is we're just getting like a sysid of the picture, not the actual link to it. So so we went to our backend and created a new function to go query to get the attachments, okay, sys attachments. So there's attachments API. Let me see if it saved it. So if we go here, let's close this out. All right, so we have our, okay, so here is to get the wheels, right? So we're getting our wheels. We're returning all these fields here. And then we have this one's called get photos. So we are going to query this new endpoint. So API now attachment, and then we're passing our sysid of the photo. Okay, and then that should return us the photo. So let me see if I have, okay, I don't have any sysid now, but if we go back to our code here, to our front end, when we are loading, let's see, okay, I think it's here at the top. Okay, so when we're loading our repeater, we have racer 1. So we're calling that get wheels back in code, right? And we're getting the value. So we're passing our sysid for that racer 1, right? And then we're doing the same for racer 2. Racer 2 value, and we're getting that from our repeater, right? And then for the images, so here, see, this is just like a sysid actually. So what we can do here is if we import our new function, what does it get? Get photos. Get photos. So here, instead of passing our photos here, because this is just a sysid, we're not getting an actual source. So on Wix, the source is either a URL, right? It could be a URL to an image, or it could be a URL to an internal upload, right? So to upload a photo, so basically we'll have to do some more backend stuff. So if we want to get that URL, then we have to do kind of like if we were going to take that photo and upload it. Now the only thing with that is I don't want to kind of like keep uploading each photo. Like if it's just going to show the same car, right? I don't want to keep uploading that photo each time. So is there a way that we can kind of like associate that image with a record and upload it one time, and if it's already there, then just get the actual image, right? So I think there is probably a way to do that. Now we'll just have images not associated to anything, just kind of like we just recall them, and maybe we can name them the same. So maybe we can use this name here. So just so you can see what this is gonna be, we can do console log. So this is just simply like a sys here. If we do tracer one photo. So if we test this out really quick. So we have our match, pull up our race. All right, so see, it's a sys here, see? So instead of like being an actual link, it's just that. So if we pass this to our code here, right? Then let's see. Maybe we can just do it up here. Let's say let photo x1 equal, we can do await get photo, and then we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do console log photo 1x. Okay. So this is what it's gonna look like when we get it back. Ah, get photo is not defined. Oops. Is it get photos? Get photos. Oh, S. Bruno's photo. What do you say? Okay, so it's get photos. All right, so it's good now. All right, so let's try one more time. Make sure you got your function names correct. So I'm gonna pick the same one. All right. So this is our photo. See? So we get a file name and we get a width. It's coming from that table, right? We got a sys here. We got a download link. And we got a table sys. We got a hash code. That's it. That's all we're getting. Chunk size. So like the actual photo's not here. We can download it. So see, we can download this. So if we take a quick look here at how we upload a photo, right? So let me see, that's called, it's just one of these, upload. Let's see, upload. Okay, upload button. So if we do, all right, let's just start from the beginning. It's not super hard. There's so if we get the thing, we can just send that download. We have to download it somewhere and then upload it. So we have the start upload function. No. is deprecated. So we got this upload files function is the one. Let's see, upload. Okay, so upload files. So see, it says when they press the button, upload files, then upload files for each file URL. So it's going to give us a file URL. That's what we need. So start upload and upload file. I mean, this is using the button. So I'm wondering if we're able to do this without using the button. So oh, see, the start upload is not something. So we need to use this upload file. Triggers upload files, and the upload button's value property allows you to upload image, video, audio, documents, both. Nice. Hmm. Okay, so it says start upload, typical upload scenario. Oh well. I don't know if there's a way that we can do this from the back end. Yeah, so this, I'm not sure if we can even do this. Because what happens is there's a file here, right? So what does this say? The API retrieve metadata. Let's see. This ID retrieve metadata. If we go here, so retrieve metadata. See, we still get this download link. Now the other thing is, depending how we want to use this, because if we look at a record here, if we go into like our wheels here, right? If we look at the list here, like if we copy the URL, see, this is what the URL looks like. But you need to be like signed in. You need to be authenticated. Oops, not even it. Okay, so from here, like copy image image address. Okay, so see, this is kind of like the link right here. See, so if we create like we can just put in like, you know, this address like that. Let's see if this will let us display it. So if I do, I'm gonna do like source. Let me see if that. Let's see, an image source can be a URL, or it can be Wix image or HTTP. That from the web. So see, it could just be like an image like that. So if we go into our thing here, so see, it does work with that link, but only if we're signed in to ServiceNow already in that same session. If we're not signed in, the image is not going to show up. So maybe if we can take that link and somehow download it that one time and replace it. Because I can't even right click here, but so I think that's kind of like the challenge. So so far that's gonna be the challenge for today. How can we get these images in here the easy way? This site is meant to be kind of like to display the information while we're doing our races. So it could be that we're signed in, but not necessarily. So maybe it signs you out after 30 minutes or so. So I don't want to continually be signed in for the images to work and for the whole thing to work. So I would like to see if there's a different way that we can go about getting these images. I did hear something about making it public. So maybe that the images have the permission of public. So I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that, or maybe we can upload it to Wix. But then we're managing like two different data sets. So let me know if you have any suggestions for this. But for today, the other thing we have is like this button here. This will load our record. Now for this, you do need to be signed in, because it just takes you to that record file. Okay. And then the other thing we have is how do we get this name here to populate, right? So I was looking from this tournament thing from the on target, and that was kind of like a challenge. I thought it was going to be a little bit easier, but what we had to end up doing was, okay, so once we load our tournaments on the unchange here, so we do use the target value, but no, actually we don't. So we are just creating this variable, and they call this a mixin, right? So you can't just do it directly on it. You have to create, like, you got to make this like an object. So we have the tournament drop down options, and then we do so we make that like the options here, and then we got the index. So we're getting the selected index, right? And now we are putting those two together. So we put that options here, the index of it, and then we're getting the label. And then that's what we're displaying here in the text, okay? So that was pretty interesting to see how that worked. So we had to kind of like create a couple variables, but you know, this is dynamic. So whenever you change it, it's gonna give you the right title here, okay? And then also here for our previous to get the options in our drop down, also we had to do something similar, which we had to map each of our results with the title and sysID for the value, and that's how you do that, okay? So there's a lot of little tricks here, but it seems to be working okay. I wish it loaded quicker, but some of these things they take a while to load. So it's maybe we can create some type of cool graphic that will kind of show it while these things are loading, and then you know it takes your mind away from the loading screen. All right, so for our next one, oh, and you know what? This is what we can do. So check it out. So if we go here, if we do the image, right? So we can create, we can do it like inline like this, plus another plus. And then this is gonna be, this could be just that. So if we do this for both of these, like if you're signed in, this will work, but we're gonna look for different, okay, and then we do results 2, racer 2. That's kind of like some type of workaround that will work as long as we are logged in, right? So if we're logged in ServiceNow, see, we need to be logged into both for this to kind of like load dynamically here. So let's see, I'm gonna pick this one. So see, it kind of like replaces them there. So these are being generated through. I hate when it does that. Like, don't show me the template one. Oh, but see, if it's the same one, it's kind of like cached in there a little bit. And if the name is too long, see, it looks kind of funny too. Yeah. So, all right. So there we have it. That's our workaround for now. So if you have any questions, let us know. And thank you for joining us in this video. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care and God bless you.